Greetings, adventurers, and welcome back to Abnormal Voyages. My name is David, and today we find ourselves in Wakita, Oklahoma. Now, this little town is in the middle of nowhere, but what really puts it on the map is a certain film that was filmed here in the mid-90s. You've probably heard about it, or seen this next to me, which is Twister. This is the Twister Movie Museum because while there are a lot of pivotal scenes that take place in the story here in Wakita, they actually filmed it here as well. To commemorate that, they have this entire museum that we're going to go inside and check out right now. Come tag along.
We're going to a place that you've never heard of before. It's Abnormal Voyages. You're gonna learn something new. We're gonna open new doors. It's Abnormal Voyages.
Right here at the front of the museum, you're already being bombarded with lots of awesome stuff from the movie. And something I wanted to point out, this is really cool. This is something that is used in real life as kind of a makeshift storm shelter. It's not very big, but it's really cool that they have it here. We can open it up, and there's just enough room for one, maybe two people to get in here if you're really friendly with each other. You close it up, and then you're safe from tornadoes.
A really fun fact, the Twister Movie Museum opened on the same day that the movie first premiered, May 10th, 1996. This building, where the museum is housed, was the production central when they were here in Wakita. So as soon as the movie crews moved out, the museum moved in. On the walls, you can see some pictures of what the destroyed Wakita town looked like. Remember, this was all movie magic to make it look like a twister had come through. And here's some of the actual debris left over from the day the tornado took over Wakita. Hollywood had a very specific look in mind for the town they wanted in the movie, so there were a couple alterations made. Here are some design plans for the building we're actually inside, how they wanted that to look. But for the most part, Wakita was kept looking the exact same as it was. That was part of the reason they chose to come to this town. That, and the fact that there had been a massive hailstorm just a couple years before filming started, and the town still hadn't quite recovered from that. So, some of the storm damage they wanted to show off was genuine and already in place. They took advantage of that and found their town for the movie. It's actually pretty rare that a movie will film in the exact place that the story takes place. Usually they'll say it's some other city, but really be somewhere in Los Angeles or perhaps even up in Canada. But for this movie, they knew they had to be there in Oklahoma. So lots of scenes were filmed right here in the state. Wakita, of course, got the bulk of it, with a lot of locations, but there were nearby cities that were also featured, such as the awesome scene where the entire drive-in movie theater is completely leveled. As you may have guessed, a few of these places were destroyed in the movie, and thus destroyed in real life as well, such as the classic farmhouse that is in the climactic finale of the movie, that did really get destroyed for filming purposes, so though it no longer stands, they've got pictures and a couple pieces of debris to help you remember them.
One of the coolest props that they have on display here is the actual Dorothy. This was Dorothy number 1. This is the one used in the movie, and of course is what they're trying to get right inside that tornado.
You'll notice Dorothy is a little scrunched up on top, as this is the one that's in the back of the truck that is flipped over by the tornado. So a little banged up, but we still love her. They also managed to grab quite a collection of behind-the-scenes memorabilia. This is stuff that was used by the production crews and such during filming. You'll see a lot of cool things, from storyboard scenes to how they want it to play out, to even call sheets of the days that they were filming here in town. It was all things they didn't need after the movie, so they had no problem donating it to the museum. It's a really cool look, not only at the behind the scenes of this movie, but a really neat glimpse into the world of movie making in general. They've even put together a map, complete with pictures from the scenes filmed there, of where you can find filming locations all throughout Wakita and a couple of other locations in Oklahoma. This whole state loved the movie, so much so that every single meteorologist that you see in the movie is an actual one from a different Oklahoma station. So when they filmed, they were like, hey, we got a scene with meteorologists, let's use the real ones. And a lot of these guys were quick to jump to the call and be in the movie. A lot of them have visited here, and they brought goodies and autographs when they came. The Twister crew loved being out in Oklahoma. They had such a warm welcome that they even did a special charity event movie premiere when the movie came out, and did it right here in Oklahoma. This event was a little star-studded, as the two leads of the movie did attend, Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton. Speaking of Bill Paxton, he was a huge supporter of the museum. He really loved that it was here, and he would often send little things to be added to the collection, including his very own Twister pinball machine. This was created by Sega, and when they made it, they sent Bill Paxton a personal copy of the machine to keep in his house, which he did for a while, but eventually he donated it to the museum, where he knew that it could bring joy to countless people as they came by and learned a little bit more about this movie. Now, speaking of Bill Paxton as well, he did unfortunately pass away rather suddenly in 2017, and being such a beloved figure in Oklahoma and in this museum, they have a very nice section that serves as a tribute and memorial to not only a great actor, but a great man. You'll find plenty of pictures of him here, a football that he played with the local kids with and even signed for them, and then a letter that he wrote to the people of Wakita and to Oklahoma, thanking them for such a warm welcome and great stay in the state. In an awesome and unique tribute, local meteorologists actually came together, storm chasers went out, and then called in their call signs to make a pattern of BP when he passed away, his initials. In my opinion, that is very cool. A lot of storm chasers actually make a pilgrimage here. It's kind of a tradition to stop by at least once, and a lot of times when they come, they'll donate one of their storm chasing t-shirts to be displayed. Ever since the movies come out, this museum has brought lots of joy to lots of people and reminded them not only of the greatness of the movie, but the majesty and sometimes terror of nature. Hopefully this movie will be around for a long time to come, especially as we do have the sequel this year, Twisters, which will continue the spirit of this great piece of cinema. And hey, when you stop by, you can even pick up your very own cute plushy cow friend to help you ride out any storms on the horizon.
Well, adventurers, that's all the time